All right, Counterpunch Boxing. What's up, YouTube? All right, check it out. I got a good one for you today. Now, it's going to be a little bit confusing, but I have a good one for you today. All right, let's kick it off with a couple of memes here. Ward not exposed, Gennady Golovkin exposed. Okay, I'm not a big fan of memes, but this shit's getting out of control. I mean, look at this. Gennady Golovkin 36-1. This is bullshit, man. Social media is brutal. It is. It's brutal. All right. I went 12 rounds with Gennady Golovkin. I should have won. Ain't that the damn truth right there? Okay, it's like if you land a punch, you win the round. If you go 12 rounds, you win the fight. I mean, it seems to be the mentality, and this meme right here sums it up. Not a big fan of memes, but you get the point. All right, look, let's set the stage. Roman Gonzalez, and this guy, I have a hard time with his name, Sariskaket Rungvi. We've been calling him Rungvi in the group, so I'm gonna call him Rungvi. Now, I think it was clearly a robbery, and there was a lot of just incompetence going on by the ringside officials. And look, don't click off this video. This is very important. I promise you're going to learn some really valuable information today. Things that I actually, a lot of it I didn't know, some of it I forgot, but the WBC, they have some crazy ass rules, and I want to tell you what's going on here. Because, like I said, there's a lot of corruption, incompetence. I'm not quite sure what we can call it. Okay, well, you know what? Let me start out with the punch stats, and I'll go over them quick because I know it's kind of boring. But in this situation, it's relevant and important. Okay, and I'll just give you the totals. All right, total punches. Gonzalez threw 1,013 punches, landed 441. Rungvi, he threw 940, landed 284. So basically, you have a 43% versus a 30%. Now, total jabs. This is insane, and it might be a record. Okay. Sariskaket, what the hell ever, Rungvi, he threw oh well, actually, let me tell you what he landed first. He landed 7 jabs. I mean, throughout the entire fight, which is crazy. 7 jabs. He threw 176 and landed 7. He did not throw a jab in round 1, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, so literally 9 out of 12 rounds, he didn't even throw a single jab, and only landed 7 in the whole fight. Okay, power punches. Gonzalez 56% and Homeboy 36%. Okay, so every category, you got them outlanding, outworking, outperforming, whatever. It's all, uh, in the favor of Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez. Okay, now the WBC, they have this crazy ass rule, right? That if there is an accidental headbutt, there is an automatic point deducted from whoever initiated the headbutt. Okay, and then not only is there a point deducted, but the corner of the injured fighter, they are made aware of the judges' scorecards in round 4 and round 8. Okay, now let me repeat that. Okay, let's say you got two guys boxing. There's a headbutt. Boom, head clash, right? Automatic point deducted from the guy that caused it. Okay, and now when you go to your corner, round 4, a ringside official comes over and says, okay, look, here's how all 3 judges have it scored. And same thing, round 8, the ringside officials come over, here's how we've got it scored. And they do this. I think it was created back in like 1997 by the WBC, or it could have been 2007, but I think it was 1997. Okay, they do it to try to prevent like an intentional headbutt. So they're saying, so that way, it makes it a fair fight. Okay, it's an even playing field because they think, you got guys that come out there and they intentionally headbutt, and it's just not a fair fight anymore. So, and that's why they do that now. Mauricio, or the WBC president, okay, Mauricio Sullivan, he was saying, hey, wait a minute, like, why didn't they implement our rule? There was no point deducted, and Gonzalez was not made aware of the judges' scorecards in round 4 and round 8. Because, look, if he was, and think about it, round 8, he would have been like, oh, shit, I need to win 2 rounds, or I need a knockout, or I need, you basically know exactly what you need to do. Like, he would have known what was going on. And again, they do it to kind of prevent the intentional headbutt, which, is a problem in boxing. Hang on, let me plug in my device here because the battery is getting low. Okay, And let me read a little bit to you. First, we have to celebrate the fight. It was undoubtedly one of the best fights of the year. On the other hand, there was a lot of controversy in the WBC. We have as a rule that after a head clash, if one of the fighters is cut, then the fighter who was not cut will lose a point. Okay, and the scorecards were not read after rounds 4 and 8. Okay, that would have given Chocolito an idea of how the judges were scoring the fight, explained Sullivan on ESPN Deportes. Okay, and he's basically saying like the ringside officials, they did not do their job. Okay, yeah, and had they done their job and a point been deducted, and if Chocolito would have been made aware of the judges' scorecards, they would have easily won because again, Gonzalez, he thought he was ahead, he thought he was winning, and it's true. I mean, not only was it a robbery, in my opinion. Uh, you had just incompetence and who knows, maybe a little bit of corruption. I don't know, but it is kind of, I think it's kind of odd that Sullivan is like running to Gonzalez's aid. Well, and he's doing that. I tell you why. I mean, because the WBC, they like their Mexican warriors. Okay, they don't want this other kid to have the belt. They want, this is the new cash cow. This is the new Canelo, the new Pacquiao, the multi-division champ. This is their bread and butter right here. So they're going look. They're going to try to. I think they're going to try to overturn it, or like I said, he's going to order an immediate rematch because he wants Gonzalez to have that belt. Okay. And that's what it boils down to, the WBC super flyweight title. And that's what it is. I mean, so and like I said, I went back and looked. Well, first, let me show you. This is an actual boxer here that sent a letter to the WBC. Okay, let me see if I can find it. About the rule. Okay, he's like, I know he's talking about it up here. Call to action necessary immediately to overturn. A call to action is necessary to immediately overturn the mandatory 1 point deduction for an accidental headbutt, which produces a cut, taking a point from the injured fighter. The rule was instituted at the WBC's convention around October 1987. I said 97, okay? With the belief that the cut eye, even if unintentional, puts the fighter at a disadvantage. And that's, Sullivan's words. The point deduction from the uninjured fighter is supposed to neutralize the disadvantage, okay? And then he goes on to say, as it is well documented that the WBC has one of the finest safety regulations for fighters and fights. However, in this case, nothing good comes out of the rule. The reason is because you are simply penalizing a fighter for being lucky. The rule has come into effect for blah 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 blah, and then he goes on to name like different fighters. But and look, that's the argument. Okay, the argument is, what if it's an accidental clash, and or what if they get it wrong. There's all kinds of arguments. Now, I don't, honestly, me personally, I don't know how I feel about it. I'm not sure, if I like it or I don't like it. I really don't know. Because I mean, you look at like a Diego Chavez. I mean, he intentionally headbutts, right? I mean, there's guys out there that are notorious for intentionally headbutting, so I'm not sure how I feel about it. But in this situation, it was not intentional. So, for them to kind of implement the rule when they haven't, and you can go back to any WBC title fight, and it can be a unification, a title, doesn't matter. You go back in history and look when there was, and I did this, and I can't remember the fights right now, but they didn't implement the rule. And I think it was like Cotto. I can't remember. It was like Miguel Cotto or maybe a Pacquiao. Maybe it was Pacquiao Barrera. I can't remember. But there was a headbutt, and there was nothing mentioned about this rule, and it was created back in 1987. So I find it ironic that now, they've never even mentioned this rule in the past 10 years or whatever, and now when it comes to Roman Gonzalez, they want to, bring up the rule, dig up a rule that was created in 1987. Okay, so I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. Like I said, but I know they're going to order an immediate rematch. Now, I had it scored 114-112 for Gonzalez, okay? That was my scorecard. Harold Letterman had it 114, 112, and Julie Letterman, the daughter of Harold Letterman, had it a draw. She had the 113, 113, and then the other two judges had it 114, 112. So Julie and Harold are going to have something to talk about at the dinner table, right? Because she had it, at least she had it a draw. So, uh, but yeah, you can go back and pause these videos if you want to read everything here. And that's why a lot of times I put this in my video so you guys can hit pause and read it. Um, in certain situations where the rules are regulated by or it deducts a point from the fighter who initiated the head clash. Yeah, I mean, like I said, you can just go back and read these if you want. I don't want to waste too much time reading them. So, but yeah, a couple more things I wanted to mention. Let me find the picture here if I have them. I think I do. I have so many damn pictures on all my devices. Uh, Kell Brook, Errol Spence had the press event today, and I'm going to put out a video about that. I'm not going to put out a prediction video. It's a little bit too early for that, but I'm excited. That's going to be a great fight. Oh, here we go. We got Billy Joe Saunders. Now, Golovkin, all he needs is that WBO. Okay, Billy Joe Saunders puts out, I'm ready when he is, all the belts, G-spot, are you ready? So now, you got Billy Joe Saunders referring to Gennady Golovkin as G-spot, but I mean, really, this guy's the only coward. I mean, he's constantly running his mouth and running. So, I don't know. They need to just strip him so Golovkin can get that belt, because I don't see it happening right now. The mandatory, from what I heard for the WBO, is Canelo. Now, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I heard it was Canelo, and then I heard about they might create some kind of elimination tournament, kind of like like the Super Six back when Andre Ward did it. Some kind of elimination tournament bullshit, which I don't want to see. None of us want to see that. All that's going to do is prolong Golovkin from being the undisputed champ. So, hopefully Saunders will step up to the plate and put the belt on the line. That's what I'm hoping for. And then, like I said, we got the Kell Brook and Earl Spence fight coming up. I had a little video I wanted to show you guys, but I guess it's gone. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, what do you guys think about this headbutt rule? I mean, and like I said, go back in history and look, and there aren't really too many situations where a ruling has been overturned, so I don't think they'll overturn it. Now, there was one with Chavez. I think I have that right here with Chavez, where he actually had a decision overturned. Okay, hang on. I don't mean. Oh, here we go. Boom, there it is. Breaking news. 100% official. Blah blah blah. Kell Brook, and then like I said, they already had the press event, so that's cool. And here's some pictures of Canelo sparring with Gennady Golovkin. And unfortunately, there isn't any video, but I do have a video of Canelo sparring a super middleweight. Yeah, this guy right here. So I was looking online, of any rulings that were overturned, and he put yes, but it is extremely rare. Julio Cesar Chavez infamously got a disqualification loss overturned to a KO when early in his career, although I could only find the one post, blah, 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 blah. But Chavez, he had that DQ overturned. So, and then there was another one with Hopkins, and I think it was, Dawson. Hopkins, and if you, like I said, hit pause, read this. I don't want to waste too much time, but Bernard Hopkins also had a decision overturned. So, look, I don't think they're trying to get it overturned. I think that they just want an immediate rematch so they can get the belt back to the rightful owner, because I do believe Gonzalez was robbed. But anyway, guys, look, that's all I got for you today. I think I'm going to put out a video later on, a Kell Brook and a Spence video, which, like I said, I don't want to make a prediction right now, because it's a tough one. So, all right, guys, leave your comment below. Thanks for watching.